Part 7 is to go, and we continue where we left off, heading off to build. Now, we will get to Misty in this part, so yeah, this won't be as bad as it was last time.
And who is this Misty you speak of?
She's our second gym leader. Specialized in water.
I don't know if we mentioned this, but every gym specializes in a certain type.
Oh yeah, I think it goes without saying.
I don't know, but
Brock is rock. I think it should, not too hard to think where they get some of these name ideas and whatnot. And Misty is water. But before we get there, we're gonna make our way to Bill's house.
And why do we need to go to this Bill?
Well, when we fought our rival, he mentions Bill as a Pokemon maniac, who I believe actually helped with the Pokedex and stuff like that. No, I may pull that one out of my ass, but he does do a lot of Pokemon research and whatnot.
He created the PC.
Yes, it is. He created the Pokemon storage system.
He's also Bill from this game is also inspired by Bill Gates.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Well, I would probably say in the English name, yes. I couldn't tell you about the Japanese name, but I do believe when the translation, and here in America, when they decide to name this character, name him after Bill Gates, after the invention of the internet, or help pioneer the internet, I guess. But we go in there and it's actually messing with human and Pokemon DNA hybrids, which they don't really go into more thought into that, but hey, it's a thing, I suppose. But we do get a reward for helping him out. In fact, we need to help him out to advance the plot a little bit. And that is the SSA, a ticket to get to the SSA, I believe. That allows you to go into a ship in Viridian City. Viridian, is it Viridian or Viridian?
I think it's Viridian. No, it's Vermilion. Is it Vermilion?
I believe so. Whatever the song goes.
We'll find another Sandshrew.
Yeah, another Sandshrew. And more leveling up. But there ain't too many more battles after this, folks. Well, I believe after this fight, I think there is. I know there's a girl, but I don't remember if there's another guy here.
Yes, yeah.
If you knew you'd lose, then why'd you fight? No, the girl's the last one. And then we'll make it to Bill's house. He actually likes the Eevee line of, if you go to computer, it shows you pictures of the evolution line of Eevee. Vaporeon, Jolteon, and Flareon. Which if you, ask me, if whatever Pokemon type that you chose and whatever your rival pick, which is always going to be the one that you're weak to, always go on your Eevee, evolve it to what your rival's starting Pokemon is weak to. So if your rival is a Venusaur or the Bulbasaur line, you pick Flareon. If his is in the Squirtle line, then I pick Jolteon. And if it's the Charmander line, you pick Vaporeon. Now for me, I picked Vaporeon in this playthrough, even though his Pokemon is Squirtle. But I don't worry about that too much since I have a Pikachu here, and even though yes, it's been dying left and right, the more times you need Pokemon I have so far, it is gonna have some uses once it goes against something it's very, very strong against. But I do recommend, if you are, I should have mentioned this, if you are building a team, kind of look up and see. I do recommend you having a we're gonna mention this later, but HMs.
Yeah.
Hidden machines is what they call, or maneuvers, unlike TMs where you can teach it to multiple Pokemon, and it's going to be used on outside the battle and stuff like that. Now we are going to get our first HM at the SS lane in Verena City, but I believe that's not like another. If it's not next part, it's the part after that here on part 9, I believe. But we'll go more into that when we get there. But no, while we're talking about gyms, we didn't mention what the badge stands for your Pokemon and stuff like that. Like having this badge will get your Pokemon to listen to you to a certain level. Let's mention that. Yeah. Yes, your Pokemon will stop listening to you, especially trained ones, after a certain level, unless you gain a gym badge. And what will happen is either they go to sleep, or they kind of just use a different attack than you choose.
Or they just don't attack at all.
And sometimes they don't attack at all. And they kind of just ignore you.
But there's one thing that the starter will always listen to you, no matter what gym badge you have or what level it is. The starter will always listen to you. So you can just it kind of prevents you from over leveling too much.
Yeah, prevents you from over leveling and get you to a certain level and stuff like that. But yeah, certain gym badges reward you for maybe your speed stat will get a little bit more boost in level ups. It can also, certain Pokemon can be. You can train your Pokemon to a certain level. It's not preventing you from leveling up. It's just after you hit that level, your Pokemon will kind of stop listening to you after a while until you get the badge.
And I don't know. I think it was pretty obvious, but that person that we talked up to that looks like a Pokemon was Bill.
It was. Now, it seems like, I might have to. Now, over here, where I'm going, instead of finding the gym, like I said, the cop isn't as blocking this house because it just got robbed. And when he won't move to the side until you go talk to Bill.
For whoever knows why.
Yeah, and then he kind of steps to the side. But for whatever reason, the Team Rocket Grunt is still in the backyard.
Because, why not?
Yeah, and we find out what this rocket had stole. It stole a TM move, I believe is Dig. Which it has its own special uses. Even though HM does thing outside, some TMs actually can be used outside as well. Dig is one of them. Dig, if you're in a cave or in a building or whatnot, if you use Dig outside of battle, it transports out whatever entrance you came in from. Kind of like Teleport, which teleports you to, if you use it outside of battle, it teleports you to the last used Pokemon Center that you use.
Yes. But there's something special about Dig that it takes 2 turns to attack.
It takes 1 turn to go on the ground, and the next turn you just
attack.
Do the attack. Oh, there goes Pikachu once again.
Isn't it highest level? Or no, Charmeleon's higher.
Well, Charmeleon's only as high as it is because Pikachu keeps on dying.
And you can't use your Abra yet. It doesn't have any moves.
And then I got a Beedrill, but I ain't leveling it up. It just stays at level 10 until I learn Cut, which won't be in the next few parts. But
why? Beedrill is amazing.
Yeah.
Beedrill's amazing. He's better than Butterfree, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think so too.
I like him better.
I think so, but I think Butterfree does have an advantage because it can learn Confusion and Psychic.
And it also learns things like Poison, Power Stun, Sleep Powder, and stuff. And I believe this is a new Pokemon, Drowsy.
I believe we haven't seen a Drowsy up to this point.
No.
But yeah, he is a Psychic type. He's one of those annoying Psychic types that can put people to sleep. And with that confusion, actually causes a lot more trouble. And our Abra is finally evolving. Yeah. So that means we've got some use after all.
And it means you're having no spoons to 1 spoon.
Yeah. Now, we did mention this, but it does evolve again, but it requires training, which I don't do since I don't have a link table to trade and stuff like that, or anything like that. So, unfortunately, yeah, I just jump cutted it. Yeah, I didn't think we'd need to see that. But now we're with our newly Kadabra. We're gonna go challenge the Gym Leader of Water. And we're gonna see some first ones in here too. We're gonna see, I believe, we're gonna see a Horsey, a Goldini, a Shelter maybe in here, and definitely a Staryu and a Starmie.
Here's a Horsey.
It's a seahorse. A seahorse.
Yes, it is just a pure water, I believe.
Yeah, pure water, but I do think. Well, no, I think it still stays a pure water in Seeker. Yeah, Shelter, which is a clam.
So Shelter is water ice.
I think it might be just a pure water here, but its evolved form Cloyster, I think, develops its ice typing. If not, it's either Shelter is a pure water or it's water ice, but I definitely do know Cloyster can is a water ice type. And we are on our second battle here. Get a Goldie in here, which is a goldfish. Now Pikachu is making up for all its failures from the previous part in there.
I wouldn't say it makes all of the failures.
But it is getting back some credit back to it.
Yeah, well, that's because it has a Vanjo here.
Oh yes, that's what I think Pikachu and Raichu is kind of good for. It's the advantages it has over water and flying types.
And isn't electric super effective against one more type, or am I just making it?
I just believe it's just water and flying types it's good for.
I think it should be super effective against one more, but
And we are in our second gym.
and she starts off with a Staryu.
Now, this here, be careful with Staryu and Starmie, because yes, I have a Pikachu, but it learns some dangerous moves, such as I don't think you get the TM Bubble Beam, but I don't think they learn any Bubble Beam moves, but they do have the ability to recover as well, which means they can heal back some strength. I don't know if that's what happens. Now I'm using strategically fighting this thing by Thunder Wave at first and then Thunder Shock it and try to do a little bit more damage, because there it is, Bubble Beam. Bubble Beam slows down speed stats. And there goes the Pikachu. Yeah. And I picked Charmeleon next. I don't know why I didn't go with the Dabber. It just learned Confusion. But,
Get rid of the weak ones at first.
yeah, I probably thought with the Paralyze, hopefully I can do something. And X-Defend!
These
What?
things.
Yeah. You want? No. We'll talk about it later. It's the part probably in here, but ooh.
And then all of that experience hopefully goes to Kadabra.
That's probably my game plan. I probably thought, but that's just that's not a good way to sacrifice all your Pokemon.
That's probably why you didn't go with Kadabra, because Starmie is part psychic.
Yeah. It did. Yes, it does good. And I got level 17. Yeah, it took away 2 of my Pokemon just so it can grow a level. But, damage is done, and I got the badge. That's all that matters. Until then, we'll see you next time.